Well, good evening, peeps. I'm finally back from a secret holiday. My wife surprised me. It's really good, and wow, coming back, checking Kickstarter. This was the first one I wanted to show you, as this is a really, really cool gem of a game. Only just gone over 1,000 backers, and it has gone over its pledge goal, and they are committed, like they said, they're not going to cancel it. They're happy just to get it out to 1,000 backers. Like, we've seen other companies like pull out because they're not hitting the stars, as it were, on Kickstarter, which is all that. You can tune into my Sunday show this Sunday, episode 3. I'll tell you the story where I went and games that I managed to back on my holiday, because it was impossible to get to the computer to record anything here at the station. So hey, that'll be all explained on Sunday, but let's get on with Resurgence. It says it's a competitive Euro-style game, and but it's really your engine building here, and that is a really exciting aspect of a Euro game, because I have Circadian's First Light, which has a little bit of engine building in that, when you can be crafting components and that kind of stuff. But this is pushing it further into the engine building of your cards, where so much satisfaction with the engine building when you get the combos seem to break off and the worker placement spots that you're fighting for. Anyway, it's super, super cool. It says use your wits to survive. You're trying to survive in Moscow. Regroup, rebuild in a post-apocalyptic world. Now, fans of this channel know I'm a post-apocalyptic mega fan, and I recently watched Finch, the movie with Tom Hanks in it, which is on Apple TV. Really, really cool movie, actually. If you've not seen it, please check it out. Finch with Tom Hanks. Should have gone to the movies, but Apple bought the TV right, put it to their TV service, because COVID stopped it going to the cinema, but it's really, really good. Let me know in the comments if you've seen Finch, what do you think about it? Do you recommend it? I certainly recommend it. It was awesome. Very funny in parts. Now, when I first looked at Resurgence, I had to look twice at the map because it was a little bit kind of funky, but the more I've looked at this art, it kind of is really kind of quirky Russian art style that it is. The game itself, though, designer Stan Kordonskiy, he is a prolific designer. We'll go through his games, his list is down below, but he's stepping away from other companies, and he's soloing this, basically. He's the guy, the indie, he's making this is like his indie company here, and he's got his own artists and peeps on it, so he's kind of taking control over everything here, which is a little bit of a shame, because the shipping to the rest of the world is a little bit limited, and they've kind of said, well, you know, you can ship it to a country you know someone of your family lives in, and then get that, then for them to ship it to you. You know, that is kind of a, you know, worst case scenario. I have forwarded some information about shipping companies that go to Mexico. It's only an email, isn't it, to ask for quotes and that, and I really want to see that happening, but potentially it's going to go to retail anyway, and I'll have to pick it up then. But, you know, let's see what it gives you for Kickstarter goodies. But make no bones about it, this is an indie title. This game is not going to be made if it hadn't have reached its goal. It has reached its goal, so it is definitely that kind of inspirational project on Kickstarter that it needs pledges to actually get it to where it needs to be. Alright, so you're looking at Moscow on the map here. It's simultaneous selection as 2, like Circadian's First Light, so it kind of is similar, has similar properties with Circadian's, which both gaming groups love that here. So you're going to start off with a few survivors, a few handful of resources. Each round you're going to secretly plan where you're going to send your workers. And you'll be getting fuel, food, spare parts, rescuing new survivors, or build up your home base. Sounds wonderful. And you will get gain power, get new skills, better workers, and there's going to be missions around Moscow as well. And it says the ultimate goal is to unite all the divided bands of survivors under your leadership. So, interesting. They have confirmed the solo mode. That should be coming out in the updates. And yeah, so here's the designer. Endless Winter, looking like a fantastic Euro game, possibly one of the best Euro games on Kickstarter we've seen in recent years. I'm still waiting for that to deliver, but hey, got completely delayed for COVID and all that jazz. The other big one here is Dice Hospital on Kickstarter. The other ones went straight to retail, and yeah, but yeah, super cool. Yes, it does have bag building, which I do enjoy. Base building, who doesn't enjoy that? Hidden worker assignment, lovely. The box art, you can see it has this kind of it's the indie. It's a Russian art style. It's super unique anyway. Has its own look. Has that kind of, I don't want to say communism look, but the commie look. I don't know. Is that what I meant by that? Is it's like a restrained art style that harkens to the past of Russian influence. Now, looking at what they're doing, they are upgrading these to wood tokens. That's a Kickstarter exclusive. It looks like the drawback, just with player colors on it, could have the art of the game Resurgence on the bags. The board as well. It's interesting. I'd love to see a high image quality. Now click on this to see it better, but it kind of reminds me of the Freedom 5 board that they've recently announced. But Freedom 5 board is way more colourful. If you go to Freedom 5's Kickstarter, you'll see the new art on the board. It looks delicious. But here they've branded it off into these coloured zones. I would have preferred it to be a little bit more colourful. You could have just done a border around the map and shown off the colour of Moscow, because otherwise it kind of has this kind of, I don't know. I would prefer it to be a bit more vibrant, showing the post-apocalyptic, because even if it's post-apocalyptic, you're still going to have nature growing and taking over buildings and stuff in that world. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame that we haven't got the colours of the post-apocalyptic here. And again, it's for the sake of bordering off these sections. Could have done it in a more clever way, as seen in like the Civilization computer game, which does coloured borders around, borders on the map. So a little bit of shame there. It'd be interesting to see if there was a stretch goal to do a colourful pass on the board, because hey, Freedom 5 did it, and why can't this game do it? And if it's an indie title, should have agility. And I mean, they've got the map. They just need to add a bit more colour, pop, and make the borders of these areas the colours that they wish them to be. Because post-apocalyptic doesn't have to be drab. Anyway, as we go down, I like these survivor boards. You get your own like little house. Checkpoint for getting in. You got the armory, garage, clinic, market stall, kitchen, scout post, workshop, propaganda, headquarters. Stairs on the right hand side, and I guess this is going to need a bit of a heat. It has this survival aspect to it. Right, reminds me a lot of the that video game that came to a board game. Can't remember what it was. Editor, can you please put it up? I'll put it in the notes. I'll do. I'll remind myself afterwards. Whatever it was, that game. Cards. We've seen the art here. I do like the art of the characters. A bit of a shame the background isn't more Moscow. Would have been nice to get a little bit of the iconic snowfall, iconic buildings of Moscow around. You know, I like the backgrounds pulling me into the theme. These aren't really pulling you in the theme. Do like the characters themselves though, but I think that could do with another pass. Salvage cards, your event cards, directive cards. The events are happening through the game and they're going to affect every player. Missions that are going to have you doing stuff on the board. That's kind of interesting. These mutant cards that are going to be on the board. There is an expansion that's coming and it should be an update. I expect it on update 4. It should have come out today. But worth checking the Kickstarter to find out what the expansion is, because it's going to include a lot more mutant into the theme. So that'll be interesting to see what that is. Now the player screens, they all have this art on each player. I'm okay with that, I guess. It would be nice to change up the, I don't know, something so they're a little bit different. Maybe just put the icon of the team, I guess, on it, but this is something people want, different screens, but as long as it's got some art on it, I'm not too concerned. The solo mode, definitely here. This is the Encounters expansion. It should have been coming in, but it's a bit late. Love this mutant. He's got a meat cleaver and a rat ready for lunch later. So yeah, it's $55. This should have been $60. Is $60 going to be retail? I don't know. You are going to get the upgraded components to wood. The expansion is going to be put into the box. We don't know how much that's going to be. That's potentially going to be $80 then, I'd say. And the stretch goals that are planned. There's no guarantee of wide release. Well, if it's only got 1,000 backers, maybe it won't go to wide release, and the only way of getting it is Kickstarter, because it's not exactly blowing up big time, despite its fantastic look and feel to the game. Extra heroes, yes. Printed survivors. There were going to be stickers. I'm not too bothered with stickers on discs. Looking around, catacombs looking at you. More stretch goals will be revealed. Can we not see more? They've not reached extra heroes yet, so this is why the stretch goals are kind of on delayed. There is another 2 weeks to go, of course. Now we've got playthroughs. The Radho one is really great, and a little bit how the game works here. It is really cool. If you love Euro games, you'll love the twist of the engine building and the simultaneous selection. Got some great quotes here, and lots of people getting behind the game. Dun, 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 dun. Now, customs friendly, you're not going to pay any additional custom duties, taxes or VAT on the game arrival to your address. It says US, UK, $10, European Union, Ireland. Now, I could ship this to Ireland, but I'm not due to go back home until 2025. I could get my mum to send it to me, but the shipping from Ireland here is very expensive, so it's something I would have to go home. It depends how much I really want a copy, and if I felt it weren't going to retail, it's my only option, really, isn't it, to send it to my family's address in Ireland. But I'm really stoked about the game. Hopefully they can get a Mexican carrier on it, and hopefully if your country's not covered, please let them know. Go to the FAQ and ask them a question and ping them about carriers that ship to your region. You must know of companies that ship to your region, because it says regrettably we are not able to ship to Central and South America. Well, Mexico is North America. We're certainly not Central, we're North America. Please get the shipping here. It's a little bit sad for us expats south of the US border. So here's Stan, his little team. It looks like Rachel. It says not to mention his better half, so that's his wife. We've got Oleg, the artist. Wonderful artwork. Please do another pass. I guess it's Kirk who's doing logistics. So Kirk, please sort out Mexico, please. Alright, so this is his little indie team that he's got together. Alright, so it is a celebrated designer in the world of modern board games. He's been on Kickstarter recently with Endless Winter, which was looking like it's going to be an epic Eurogame when that hits sometime next year. And Resurgence looking like it's going to be phenomenal too, because worker placement in post-apocalyptic, they just don't have that in my locker. I love engine building Eurogames, so this looks, I mean, this is scratching an itch that I didn't even know I had an itch for. So, oh yeah, baby. Stan Kordonskiy made a great game called Resurgence. It's on Kickstarter, but no one's looking at it. What's going on? You know, we've had some prolific Kickstarter channels looking at this game, but still people not interested for some bonkers reason, right? Maybe there's other stuff out there. We'll see what games I cover this week. I mean, $1 pledge, yes. 55 pledge, that's it. Oh dear. And you do get the expansion, which is going to be based on mutants. This is going to be in update 4. Oh. Yeah, it's revealed Tuesday, so that's tomorrow. Alright. I might talk about that, obviously, on my show on Sunday when I talk about Resurgence, because the expansion will be something I'm not covering in this video. So if you tune in on Sunday when I talk about Resurgence, I'll tell you all about that on the Sunday show, and it's going to be packed full of music. And I'll tell you that this Sunday show is going to be based on jazz music. So I'm going to be playing my favourite jazz songs this Sunday, so look out for that on the channel. Anyway, Resurgence, post-apocalyptic game, engine building, Euro game, simultaneous selection, looks really funky. Things that change: the board colours. Simplify the borders into the colours that you want, and then put art across the board. Post-apocalyptic is vibrant. I want to see nature coming back. I want to see snow on parts of the, whatever you want to do. Let the artist use more colours than he is used. That's kind of my wish. And hey, if Freedom 5 had the balls to change their art, which they did, then I think Resurgence can do it too. I think it needs to have the agility of an indie title, and why not? Why not? Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see anything else changed with Resurgence, and who knows, in the next 14 days we may see some more surprises, and if more backers come, let's hope the stretch goals push towards tackling the issue of the board, because it still looks like it needs another art pass, and a big one at that. So anyway, Resurgence on Kickstarter. Hey peeps, it's great to be back on the channel. I have been away for a good month, it feels like, but glad you you waited for my next video and all that good stuff. If you're new to the channel, please think about subscribing and like the video if you like the video. We'll be doing more videos this week, and our Sunday show will be back also this weekend, so look out for that. I've been your host, Lipstickpaddy. This is Kickstarter Radio 102.4. You take care, stay safe, and bye-bye for now.